Okay, this video is to talk about the powers of 10. So first, this is your base, this is your exponent. Now all my exponent tells me is how many times that I multiply the base by itself. For instance, this tells me I multiply the base 2 times. 10 times 10 equals 100. So this is the exact same thing as saying 100. Now, there's a map here. Remember how I told you about your map? If I give you a number, this is going to tell you how many times that you move that decimal. That's a cheat way to do it. If you have a number if you have it in standard form instead of exponent form, your number of zeros is going to tell you how many times you move that decimal. Now, if I am going to say, let's say I have 45.6 times 10 to the second power. My map right here tells me exactly what I need to know in order to figure this out without working it all out. My exponent is going to tell me how many times I move my decimal. My sign is going to tell me which direction. If I'm multiplying, my numbers are getting larger. Right, more. Left, less. If I'm dividing, my numbers are getting smaller, right? So if it's a multiplication problem, I'm going to move my decimal to the right. So, and then the third thing I do is find my decimal. I know how many times I move it, which direction, and here's my decimal. So I'm going to rewrite my number. I'm going to put my pencil where my decimal is in my original number. And now I'm going to do what it says. It says to move to the right 2 times. So 1 and 2. I have to have that placeholder there. I add my comma. And this is 45 and 6/10, 100 times larger. The power of 10, the power of 0, it adds 10 times more every time you add a 0. Okay, let's try another one. What if I give you this number times 100? Now this looks different, doesn't it? But is this still using the power of 10? Absolutely. It's just in standard form instead of exponent form. So I have everything I need right here in front of me. Now where's the decimal? Exactly. It's always here. If there's not a decimal in the number, it's always here. It doesn't always have to be drawn when it's here, but you're going to know in your brain that it's always there. So I have my map. I move it how many times? Twice. Which direction? Right. And here's my decimal. I'll rewrite my number. Here's where my decimal is. And I'm going to move it 1 place and 2 places. 1, 2. Just like it says. I can start at my ones. I count 1, 2, and 3. Add my comma. There we go. This is 621, 100 times larger. It's 62,100. Now let's try a couple division really quickly. Let's say we have 32.1 divided by 10 to the third power. Now this 10 to the third power is telling me that I need to multiply 10 times 10 times 10. 10 times 10 is 100. 100 times 10 is 1,000. Let me show you a trick. This exponent is going to tell me how many zeros I have after my 1. Not after the 10, after the 1. Do you see how I have 3 zeros here? And this is a 3. But remember, these zeros do not go in your quotient or your product. This is only to figure out your exponent. Don't get those confused, okay? We've talked about this in class. Now, I have my road map, my map here. It's going to tell me exactly what to do. How many times do I move my decimal? 3. Which direction? Left, because left less, right more. My number's getting smaller, right? Good. And now I need to find my decimal. I'm going to rewrite my number, put my pencil where my decimal is. I'm moving it 3 times to the left. 1, 2. If I need to go more and I'm out of numbers, I add that placeholder. So this is my quotient. Let's try one more. Let's say I have let's try this one. I don't have an exponent here. What do I do? Exactly, this is still the power of 10. I still have my map. How many times do I move it? Which direction? And where's my decimal? Exactly. It's always here. If it's not written in the number somewhere, if there isn't a decimal, it's always here. It's invisible when it's here. So I'm going to follow my map. It tells me that I need to move 2 places to the left, left less, right more. And when I divide, my number is getting less. I find my decimal, which is here, and I'm going to go 2 places to the left, 1 and 2. So my answer is 6 29 hundredths. So there you go. Good luck with those exponents. Powers of 10.